It's happened a couple of times in a couple of places this year where you get a guy at the end of his career and trying to hold on with that team that he came up with, and then they part company. It happened with Brian Urlacher, of course, the most recent. Ed Reed looks like he's going to the Texans. Not a good week for Brian Urlacher as the Bears say goodbye, and then his alma mater loses last night to Harvard. Sorry about that last night, Brian.
Way to bring that up right in the very beginning. Oh, I was sick, man. I watched that game. This was our year. We were number 3 seed, you know. We had a great regular season, and then, dang, Harvard's good, you know. I didn't realize how good they were. They didn't give them enough credit. They weren't a 14 seed.
Did you have New Mexico winning at all?
No, I didn't have them at all, but I had them going pretty far.
Yeah. Now, you're not alone there because we had Steve Alford on earlier in the week, and it sounded like everybody thought they should have been a number 1 seed instead of Gonzaga.
Really? At least I thought at least a 2. You know, I don't watch a whole lot of college basketball, but I thought at least a 2 seed. You know, but Gonzaga, how can Gonzaga number 1 seed? They lost 2 games. What, 31-2, 32-2, something like that?
Yeah.
You got to give it to them.
All right, you've had more than 24 hours here to kind of digest this. Feel any different now than you did yesterday?
No, I still feel the same. You know, I'm disappointed it didn't work out here. But you know, it's got to come to an end sometime, I guess. Can't play forever. Just wish it wouldn't happen the way it did. But you know, that's part of the business side of football that I haven't had to deal with. You know, in my career, I've never had to deal with it. So it's just different for me.
Who ended this?
Well, they said it was mutual, but it was kind of them because Phil Emery said, "Here's his offer, take it, or we're moving on." So my agent said, "Well, we have a counteroffer," and he was like, "No, this is the offer. Accept it, or we're going to move on." And my agent goes, "Well, he's not going to take that offer." But we had to. He sent the counteroffer anyway, just to save face. You know, they've saved face this whole time by saying they want me back when they really don't. So we did that just to say that we did make a counteroffer.
But as many years as you've been with that organization, you know you got to be a little leery of the front office there and how they treat players. Yeah. I mean, you can even go back to Dick Butkus or Walter Payton, and they didn't treat them with the great respect. So why would you think they would treat you differently?
I told my agent when this offseason started, I said, I don't have a good feeling about this. I really don't think they want me back because there's no dialogue the whole time. This whole offseason before free agency started, there was no dialogue between my agents and the Bears. So I had a bad feeling the whole time. They're not a bad feeling. I just didn't think I didn't get the feeling they wanted me back. You know, they said it publicly they wanted me back, that, you know, they wanted me in the locker room, on the field, this and that. But saying it and doing it are 2 different things in my mind.
If you had agreed to their price, would you be a Chicago Bear?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So you think that they did want you back at their price, right?
Yes, for sure. You know, the thing they do, they start up against the cap, you know, which every team says when they don't give a player what they want, they're up against the cap. So, and the crazy thing is that we weren't that far off on numbers, you know, after we revised our you know, the first offer I said, I knew I wasn't going to get that. You don't start where you want to finish, you know. So we revised it after they sent their offer over, hoping to meet somewhere in the middle, but they didn't budge off of their offer.
He's Brian Urlacher, the former Bear linebacker. That sounds weird to say.
It is weird, isn't it?
Yeah. How many teams?
I still say we when I talk about someone's asked me about Atlanta. I said, well, we. And I was like, well, it's not we anymore, I guess.
But are you depressed?
No, I'm not depressed. Disappointed, but you know, I'm also excited. I get a chance to kind of look around and see what's out there. If there is anything out there at all, you know, I don't know. Maybe nobody wants me. You know, who knows? But we're gonna find out. I know that much.
Who have you heard from?
My agents handle all that stuff, man. I try to stay out of it as much as I can. They talk to the teams. They call around and see and fill teams out. If there's something important, they'll call me. But they really. The crazy thing is, no one thought I would leave Chicago. All these teams, this whole time that they talked to, like Chicago's not going to let him go. He's not leaving, so we'll waste our time with this. And I think it's pretty obvious now that that's not the case.
How important is it to play within the division against the Bears?
I don't care about that. You know, that's not a big deal to me because these guys are still my teammates. You know, I don't want to go out there and play against Lance and Charles and Pep and those guys. You know, I can see them do well, and it probably would be fun to play against them. But at the same time, I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
you know?
But you wouldn't be playing against.
If it comes down to it, I know I've been playing against our offense.
Yeah, you'd be playing against Cutler. Yeah, Cutler and Forte.
Yeah.
You'd like to do that.
And Brandon and Garza and all those guys I played with for so long, you know. Well, I play against them every day in practice, so it's the same thing.
How important was your legacy to retire as a Chicago Bear?
That's what I wanted. I guess that's not an option now, but that's what I thought would happen, honestly. I never saw myself going to another team. And through all this stuff that has been going on, I really thought it would get worked out, that we'd come to some sort of agreement. But it just wasn't the case this time. We were just too far apart, I guess.
What if you don't get other offers or offers that you like? Have you closed the door completely on the Bears, or have the Bears closed the door completely on you?
I think their offer is gone. From what I could understand, once I didn't take it, it was off the table. From the way it was put to me, that's what happened. So I think, if I didn't sign it then it was off the table.
But have you closed the door on the Bears?
Well, after hearing that, I guess so. Yeah, I still live here. I still have my home. It's like I'm going to move out of the city here or Chicago because I'm not playing here. I really like it here. I have a decent house here. I like it here, and my kids like it here. So I'll stay here. Even when I grow up and finish with football, I'll stay here.
All right. Here's the teams I've heard, and you've heard these two: Minnesota.
Okay.
So we got to get a 4-3 defense, right?
No, it doesn't matter to me. I think I can learn a 3-4. I don't know what the big deal is. I've been a 4-3 guy my whole career, but I'm pretty sure I can learn a 3-4.
All right, Minnesota, Dallas, Arizona. What about Denver?
How do you guys hear all this stuff? Who hears this stuff?
Well, it's my job to listen. Wait, you're not hearing this?
And it being true are two different things, though.
Okay, but the thing with Minnesota, I think, is true.
My agents did talk to Minnesota a little bit. I think they talked to Dallas a little bit as well. Denver, I'm not sure about.
Arizona,
and maybe a little bit Arizona.
Okay, but then it's legitimate. What I'm hearing is true.
Well, I don't think they talked to Denver though. I don't think that happened.
I'm throwing Denver out as a suggestion.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You don't have a wish list for me? Is that what you're doing?
Well,
like where I want to play.
You tell me where you want to play, and I'll set it up. All right.
I think Denver. Yeah, okay. How about Denver, Atlanta? Who else was really good last year?
The Ravens could use a linebacker. You want to go in and take Ray's place?
Yeah, I'm all set. Thank you. I'm good.
How good would that?
How defense is gone.
I know. How good would that story be? You take Ray Lewis's place.
No thanks. Somebody else can try and do that. No, I'm good. I'd like to go to someplace where they can win, obviously. I'm an old fart, so I want to go in there and win.
What if Green Bay called? Is there a team you wouldn't play for?
No, I don't think so. Green Bay's a 3-4. I have to learn their defense and all that good stuff, which I just said I could do. But I don't know. I mean, I don't see that being a scenario. If they did,
okay, but
okay. Is it Ted Thompson? Is that their GM?
Yeah.
I bet he does a good job, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
They do a really good job, but they don't really go after free agents. They get most of their good players through the draft. If you notice them, they got Charles Woodson a few years ago, but they don't do free agents. They draft all their good players.
If Green Bay had the best offer, could you play against the Bears? Could you put on that Green Bay uniform, Brian?
Well, if I played for any team in the NFL, there's a possibility I have to play against the Bears. So yes, I could. I guess I could do that if it came down to it. I would have to. Well, just same as Minnesota, though. You play them twice a year. You're in the division. Or
that's
Detroit,
different. That's different. Packers.
Why is that different? You just said if they're in the division.
Brian, Packers, different.
Hey, Jack. You ever watch Duck Dynasty?
Duck Dynasty?
Yeah. Tell me you watch that show. That's why I called you Jack. Uncle Si.
No, I haven't seen.
Right.
I haven't seen. Duck
you got to watch it.
Okay.
All right. Sorry to interrupt your conversation.
That's
I was thinking about something else.
Okay, wait a minute. What's that have to do with playing for the Packers?
I don't know. I just said Jack. Uncle Si always says Jack, so that's why I said that. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
All right, how many more years you got?
I don't know. I like to say, too, man, I finally feel good. Last offseason was so frustrating, trying to fix my knee and figure out a way to get back on the field. I didn't really get a chance to work out. Finally, this offseason I've worked out like normal, done all my lifting and running and all that good stuff, so I feel pretty good. I'm finally healthy. Hamstring doesn't hurt anymore. I don't know. I just one or two, maybe three. I don't know. Depends. Maybe zero. Depends. If no one signs me, zero.
But what does this do with your relationship long term with the Bears? Because there'll eventually be the Brian Urlacher day when they bring you back.
What if I don't go back? What if I don't go back? What if I don't want to go back?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
I don't know. That was a long time away. I don't know. I mean, I really have no hard feelings towards the McCaskies. You know, I understand it's a business, and the business just didn't work out this time for both sides. But, I mean, I had 13 great years in this city. I enjoyed every minute of it, you know, the good seasons, the bad seasons. I played with a lot of great players in my career here, so I can't be mad at them. You know, it's a business in the end, and you know, I had a, you know, I kind of knew I was kind of done it when they fired Levy. They brought in a new GM. They got rid of Levy. You know, Levy's my guy. I like playing for him. So, but I have no ill will towards the McCaskies.
If Levy was still the coach,
I definitely think I would still be there.
Well, good luck in Minnesota.
Yeah. Well, someone yesterday was trying to get there, kept saying Atlanta. I was like, well, you're really pushing this Atlanta thing, you know? Everyone's got their opinions.
I think Leslie Frazier, former Bear, he probably thinks she'd look good in purple.
They're a good football team.
Well, you don't have to tackle Peterson except for in practice, so that's pretty good.
How great was it? We don't tackle in practice. I'm sure they don't. I wouldn't want to be hitting that guy in practice. If I was a coach, I wouldn't let my guys hit him. I wouldn't even let him practice.
I wanted to ask you before I let you go about this new lowering your helmet rule. What's the big issue?
Oh, for the running back?
Yeah.
I don't see that happening very often, but I mean, there are some times where I saw that hit that running back for Cleveland hit the guy from Philly and popped his helmet off, lowering his crown. I like it. You know, that's a little bit of protection for us on defense. You know, it should be called offensive player safety. All the rules they set forth a couple of years ago.
Yeah. It's
not player safety. It's offensive player safety / quarterback safety. It's not NFL player safety because we don't get protected. They can still cut our knees and take our knees out. So we're not very protected. But it's nice to see that they're, you know, taking steps in the direction of possibly protecting us a little bit.
All right. More surprising, New Mexico lost last night or the Bears didn't re-sign you?
The Lobos losing.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Dude, I really didn't see that one coming, man. I'm distraught. I like their jerseys, though. You like those jerseys?
Yeah, I thought they look
cool.
Clean. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Did you play hoops?
In college?
No, in high school.
Oh yeah. I played in college, but not on the team. I played in the gym. But yeah, I was decent.
I could imagine you were a beast.
You know, I was one of those guys who didn't like playing it because I like to rebound and just bump up against you the whole time. I couldn't shoot very good, but I could rebound and dunk, so that's all I tried to do every time was dunk the basketball because I couldn't shoot very good.
Well,
I can shoot now, though.
Oh, you can?
Maybe I should retire and go try and play for the NBA.
Well, you got some free time on your hand.
Now I can shoot a lot better than I could back then.
All right. Well, good luck with the offseason there, Brian.
Thank you. Talk to you later, Dave.
All right, bud. That's Brian Urlacher.